We are live. Okay. I call to order the Board of Health meeting on February 9th. Roll call.
Charles,
Here.
Gawaz,
Here.
Jeevers,
Here.
Mandel,
Here.
Weiss.
Here.
Are we adequately noticed?
Yes, this meeting was adequately noticed on January 23rd, 2026 to the Times in the Princeton Packet, filed with the municipal clerk and posted at the municipal building and on the township website. Please stand for the salute to the flag.
Hey, today under ceremonial matters, we have a proclamation for our health officer, wonderful health officer, Jill Swanson, who just retired last week. Was it last week? 2 weeks. Yep, last month. And we have a nice proclamation for her. So let me just read it. Whereas the Township of Westminster proudly recognizes Jill Swanson, a dedicated public servant whose distinguished career in public health has spanned more than 3.5 decades. And whereas Jill began her service to Westminster Township in 1988, committing to the protection, education, and well-being of residents through her work in environmental health, community outreach, and public safety. And whereas throughout her tenure, Jill has demonstrated exceptional professionalism and expertise, holding certifications as a registered environmental health specialist, a certified health education specialist, a community noise enforcement officer, and health officer. And whereas Jill has been an active and respected member of numerous professional organizations, including the New Jersey Association of County and City Health Officials, the National Environmental Health Association, the Greater Mercer Health Partnership, and the Mercer County Health Officers Association, contributing her knowledge and leadership to advance public health initiatives across the region. And whereas Jill's commitment to excellence, her steady guidance, and her unwavering dedication to the residents of Westminster have left a lasting impact on the township's health services, emergency preparedness, and community education efforts. And her outstanding service as our health officer during the COVID-19 crisis contributed greatly to the safety and well-being of Westminster, Robbinsville, and Hightstown, while also providing vital leadership throughout Mercer County. And whereas after decades of exemplary service, Jill is retiring to embrace new adventures, including exploring new places, spending more time with family and friends, perfecting her garden, and enjoying more hiking and biking with her husband, Brian. And whereas the Township of Westminster wishes to express its heartfelt gratitude for Jill's outstanding contributions, her professionalism, and her enduring commitment to the health and safety of the community she has served so faithfully. Now, therefore, be it resolved that Mayor Marathe and Township Council of the Township of Westminster, County of Mercer, State of New Jersey, hereby congratulate Jill Swanson on her retirement from over 38 years of employment with the township.
Jill, would you like to come forward for a photograph?
These chairs, okay, always come.
Council President, take a chair. Okay, now, chairs, everyone say smile chairs.
Now we open for public comments. Is anybody in the audience want to make any public comments just for the Board of Health portion of the meeting? Seeing none, I'm going to close the public comments. Alison, we have approval of the minutes on the action.
Yes, we have the Board of Health, November 10th, 2025 minutes.
Motion to approve?
So move.
Second. Charles,
Abstain.
Jeevers. Yes. Mandel,
Yes.
Weiss,
Yes.
Gallas.
Yes. Right. Do we have any mayor or administration, do we have any comments?
Yeah, I just want to thank Jill very much for her long service and never clear, especially during COVID. I used to joke, my wife was jealous. I was talking to her more than my wife. So, but thank you very much. She kept everybody safe. We vaccinated almost 96-98% of the population because of her efforts, and we were given vaccines ourselves. So thank you very much on behalf personally and on behalf of everybody in West Windsor. And Nikita, welcome. She has set a good path, so thank you. Welcome. This is your first meeting, hopefully one of many.
Thank you.
Thank you. Before we move on, does anybody on the council want to say anything?
Well, I also want to thank Jill. We've been working together for 20 years, and what a phenomenal job you did, and the utmost professional in every way. And you trained your staff and brought them along to now. And certainly during those COVID years where you and your staff were working 14, 16-hour days or more, and on the weekends, and it never seemed to stop, you were all there. So I just want to thank you for that. And now you can have a nice, relaxing retirement. So I wish you well. It's a pleasure working with you. I have another issue that I just wanted to bring up. One of the residents, or some of the residents wrote.
We have that. I
Got
think
that
we did
in the
ask.
report? Okay. All
Yeah,
right.
we did ask Nikita. Yep. Anybody else?
Yeah, I'd like to thank Jill. I know I was council president during most of COVID, and the health officer's job was not an easy one. There's no way to prepare for that. And Jill just took it like, if she was nervous, I couldn't tell. And we were constantly changing the rules. Every time there was a meeting, it would be, oh, now you can have 10 people, but you can have 12. But if you hold so many feet apart, and depending, so it was continuous changing on how we could get together or not get together. And Jill was the go-to person for, I guess, the entire town. So you got us through that. You got us through good times, bad times. And I really, really hope that you can enjoy the downtime that you're going to have now.
Anybody else? Well, thank you, Jill. Congratulations on your retirement. I was newly elected official when pandemic hit, just a month in, and you held our hands. And being Board of Health, we had no clue what to do, but you held our hands and walked us through, and you were always available, always, day and night. So right from opening up clinics for testing purposes and all the shots and everything, masks and what not to do, what to do. Okay, we could do this yesterday, but not today. And it was everything constantly changing, and you just championed us through that. And your team has been fabulous, awesome. So thank you. Happy retirement and enjoy. Next, we have update from our acting Board of Health Officer, Nikita. Welcome, Nikita.
Thank you.
All right.
Hi, for those who don't know me, my name is Nikita Brancato. I've been with the township for about 9 years almost, but I'm acting health officer. And I wanted to kind of give you some updates today. We have a lovely presentation but from 2 of our staff members. So I'm just going to go through a couple of things. So we did release our 2025 annual report. I feel like that might have been given out already. If not, then it is available on the township website under the health department page. You guys do have the quarter 4 report for our health for 2025. Some activity going on in the public for influenza. Just wanted to go over some communicable disease. So influenza activity continues to decrease in New Jersey. The number of cases, emergency department visits, wastewater activity levels, and test positivity report last week. The last week of January are lower than previous weeks. So we are seeing the decrease there. The number of hospitalizations due to RSV have also decreased in the last week of January, and then hospitalization admissions for COVID-19 slightly increased since the previous week, but nothing of significant concern at this point. Measles in New Jersey, a total of 11 cases were reported last year. We have none in 2026 to date. At this time, there's no ongoing community spread in New Jersey. And there are regular updates on the NJ.gov website for measles if anyone wants more information on that. And then we did have our busy dog licensing month in January. So at this point, we have about 537 dog licenses up until today, which are a good chunk of our annual one. So
That's good.
we've been happy with that.
Oh, that's good, because I think last year at one point we were talking about dog licensing being dropped. So I think it's good
Yeah,
to
so-
hear that we are back up.
Yeah,
On
so it's
par
only
with-
really, but of the year, but it is a significant portion of from last year's end of the year.
Okay.
Other than that, I want to introduce.
Yeah, before you get into that, as Linda was getting into, we have received a email from the residents about the feral cats issue. Do we have, you have?
Yeah, so I think only Linda was on the council at that time, but because we lost our ACO, we have a agreement with East Windsor. So any stray animal problems falls under police unless they are rabies infected. So the chief will give you an update
Oh,
on that.
good, thank you. Chief?
Council. Yeah, I received a request from the mayor, more like a statement to take care of it. And we are working together with the health department, with the ACO, and with the police department. We are addressing all of the issues with that, including all of the options that are available. I have met personally with several shelters, calling in some favors. You know, bark drop is a big, big thing. And they are very, very receptive. The shelters are all great, but unfortunately, everybody's at capacity. So we're trying to work with so many different shelters on multiple programs that we can try and resolve this as quick as possible. So with all 3 of us working together, we will have it resolved.
Oh, thank you so much. Do you
Yeah,
have
no,
any?
I just want, yeah, well, thank you. We appreciate the residents because I can tell you this has been going on for years. So everybody,
gonna
they're
resolve.
frustrated, but if we can get this solved once and for all, because I think we know where the source is and different things. So that would be much appreciated.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure the residents would be very happy to hear that we are looking
Yeah.
into it and Yeah.
When the bills come on the bills list, you've been warned.
Not say anything about that.
Thank you, Chief. Does anybody have any other questions for Nikita before we move on? No? Okay.
Okay, so we have two of our staff members, Ann Wing and Fatima Hawk today. They're going to present on West Windsor Community Partners.
Thank you, Nikita, for the introduction. Good evening, everyone. My name is Fatima. My name's Anne. And we are local health outreach coordinators and health educators at West Windsor Health Department. We are extremely grateful for the opportunity to be joining you all here tonight for the Board of Health meeting. Next slide, please. Thank you. So this is just a brief overview of some of the topics we'll be going over today. So we're really excited to talk more about all of the health education and outreach programs we've been holding the last few years at the health department. Next slide, please.
Health promotion programs are initiatives to promote and improve the well-being of our community members. The programs themselves may vary, with some focusing on education and empowering people to take control of their health, and with some delivering health services directly to where the need is at. So our programs are made possible through our wonderful community partners. With their insight and trusted voices in the community are critical to our programming efforts. And we also have other local organizations joining in events, lending their expertise on various topics. Next slide, please. So we keep in mind that early prevention is a core strategy of public health. And so by partnering with schools and daycares, we're able to encourage youth to practice healthy habits alongside those who are in their support network, such as their teachers and their families. And so these are some of our programs in recent years. The Scrub Club are hand washing lessons where the health department goes in during the school day and teaches kindergarten classes about the importance of hand washing. And since we started the program in 2024, we reached over 250 students across Dutch Neck Elementary, Maurice Hawk Elementary, and Goddard School. Also in the summer of 2024, we expanded our TIC outreach to summer camps, and these included WWPCE Summer Adventurers Camp, Goddard School, and Windsor Happy School. And for the nutrition lessons, for those who aren't already aware, the Mercer County Community College, they offer a Center for Adult Transition program. And this is a program for county residents with developmental and intellectual disabilities. The past summer, we had the pleasure of being invited to their class to teach a two-part nutrition lesson, and this was the curriculum that we designed for their students and their staff. And for the lead outreach, our public health nurse went to the learning experience and she gave a presentation on lead and lead prevention. And this was for parents and staff. Participants were invited to bring in household items for a free lead testing that was facilitated by one of our health inspectors. Next slide, please. So here I'd like to highlight some of the materials that we use for our different programs. And these lesson plans we developed in-house with a major focus on being both educational and fun. So here you see a special light that we used as a fun visual to show how germs can accumulate on hands. And on the top and bottom are actual quotes from the kindergarten teachers. We received a lot of great feedback, especially about how engaging the lesson plan was. Next slide, please. Here are some more materials. On the left are ones that we used for our TIC lessons, and on the right, ones that we used for our nutrition lessons at the Center for Adult and Transition. Next slide, please.
So one of the most rewarding and just engaging role as our health role that we hold as health educators is being able to have very meaningful interactions with our community members. So what better way to do that than to meet them where they're at? So attending these outdoor events that are already well established by community and local organizations have been so beneficial. And it's the perfect opportunity for us to connect with our residents. So, just to name a few, although there are several, so we've had the pleasure of attending Community Day, which is held by West Windsor Recreation. We attend the all year round farmers market. We try to hit both seasons, which is held by West Windsor Farmers Market. And then, of course, the nationally renowned National Night Out, which is held by the West Windsor Police Department. So, these well-recognized community events yield very high foot traffic. So it's a really, really great space for health education and health promotion to occur. We typically organize our tabletops based on the population, the time of year, and keeping in mind of any health observances that are happening. So that, the information that we're disseminating is relevant and timely. Next slide, please. Okay, so as Anne mentioned, prevention is a huge forefront of public health. So vaccines we've already discussed the importance of earlier, but just to refresh, they're a really highly effective form of primary prevention we call in public health, as they help our bodies to fight off germs and hopefully prevent the spread of infection. So this map here, you can see, it shows the wide range of vaccination clinics that we've held from 2021 to 2025 in West Windsor Township. On the left, you can see a list of organizations that we've partnered with where they were really integral in hosting well-trusted and community spaces for our residents and the public. Just to show a few, there's schools, faith-based organizations, community-based organizations, and housing complexes. And they were really, really integral for us, especially during the COVID pandemic. So all of these organizations have played a crucial role in not only promoting our vaccination campaigns, but also helping us to boost vaccination rates in the community. So in the next slide, please, I am proud to say that from 2020 to 2025, we've been able to administer 13,386 COVID and flu vaccines within our full jurisdiction of West Windsor, Robbinsville, and Hightstown. And these numbers are reported in our annual West Windsor Health Department report. And we're also very lucky to have joined forces with many local providers. It wouldn't have been possible with our help from Zufall Health, Zufall Health, Wegmans Pharmacy, Mercer County Health Department, and other local health departments to expand our reach. Next slide, please.
So health screenings are another integral part of prevention. And with blood pressure in particular, high blood pressure usually doesn't have symptoms. And so the only way to know you have high blood pressure is to get it checked. So it was significant that our public health nurses were able to offer blood pressure screenings regularly at no cost and at these central locations. So we have them at West Windsor Senior Center monthly for several years now, and newly started monthly screenings at the Gables. This is a housing group where, because they have difficulty coming to us, they greatly benefit from us going to them. Next slide, please. And here I just wanted to put in a plug that we have an employee blood pressure screening event tomorrow. So we're super excited about that. Slide, please.
Okay, in addition to blood pressure screenings, the West Windsor Health Department has also rolled out many initiatives for township employees. So the goal is to really support our employee workforce, outreach to focus on prevention, education, and promoting the overall well-being of our workforce so they feel more informed and more empowered to make decisions that benefit themselves in a healthy manner. So just a few examples to include, you can see in the slide here. We held a walking challenge a couple years ago, and this was really to motivate participants to build walking and exercise into their daily habits. The program was concluded with this big health screening event celebration where we partnered with Horizon Blue Cross Blue Shield, where they came in on site to provide health screenings for our employees. We've also partnered with Penn Medicine right here in this room, actually, for the Stop the Bleed training, where participants learn the importance of responsiveness and effective response for blood-related emergencies. So that was very helpful. We've also had the opportunity to collaborate with our wonderful council members to participate in the Tie the Town Pink event, where we have tied pink ribbons around the municipal complex to promote awareness on breast cancer during October Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And we've also encouraged employees to participate in color-coded awareness days for different health observances. So just to name a few, we've done Wear Red Day for American Heart Month, and as well as Dress in Blue Day for Colorectal Cancer Awareness Month. So this is really to just spread important awareness on these health topics. Next slide, please.
So we also offered health presentations, whether they were presented by our own health department staff or by guest presenters from other organizations. And so these are some from recent years at the West Windsor Senior Center. You can see topics ranging from mental health, cancer prevention, pain management, Medicare, et cetera. And one of our previous public health nurses, she also spearheaded the Project First Line, which is CDC's infection control prevention trainings for healthcare staff. And so she was at various long-term care facilities, including Bear Creek Assisted Living, Fox Trail Memory Care, and Artist Senior Living. And you can see some of the various topics she also discussed during those trainings. Next slide, please.
So in public health, we exercise something called boots on the ground work. This typically refers to very hands-on and action-oriented outreach. We've conducted door-to-door visits in different areas of the community. So this includes local businesses, familiar neighborhoods such as the Hamlet and the Gables. That picture on the left is actually Anne at the Hamlet handing out health resource packages. So these packages typically contain information on different health topics, local programs and services available in the area. And the township and our senior center here has also been extremely resourceful in helping to connect us to our veterans community to also lead Veterans Day distributions and Memorial Day distributions. So the aim really is to increase awareness so our residents feel better equipped to engage in healthier lifestyle choices and reduce adverse health outcomes. These efforts have also allowed us to have a physical presence in our community, improve visibility of the health department and township, and be a familiar face for everyone. So by being right where the community members are, we're not just working for them, but alongside them. Next slide. Thank you very much for having us here today. We're open to any questions or comments, and you have Ann and I's contact on the screen right there. So thank you.
Great, thank you, Fatima and Anne. Does anybody have any questions on the council?
No, it's great.
No,
I mean.
thank you very
wonderful.
much. It's very good, very informative.
Mayor?
Thanks, Anne and Fatima.
Yes.
Right, thank you, ladies. I want to also thank you for taking the lead on filling in the application for Mayor's Wellness Campaign. I know Mayor has been signing that for last couple of years, and I have been it was last 2 years, I think I did not take any further lead on that other than pushing him to sign that. But I really thank you, ladies, to take the initiative in filling the application, and hopefully we'll just, go up from here. And let's thank you. We don't have closed session. This is the time for second round of public comments for the Board of Health portion of the meeting. Do we have anybody who wants to say anything?
I have no one on the list.
Anybody on the audience?
One of the neighbors that was called letter. So I just want to say thank you for taking a minute on ourselves. We didn't have to say anything.
No.
But I do, can you hear me?
Yeah,
Yes.
Just
Oh, is the mic
You
on?
can tilt it up towards you.
No, if I can hear you, people can hear you.
Yeah, but it won't be broadcast if he doesn't come close.
I will, I mean,
Mayor, hold on, because the telecast is not catching it. There you go.
okay. Yeah, I just wanted to ask then, could we get some kind of an update in a couple of weeks or whatever you can do? The reason is I'm slightly skeptical because the, animal control officer in the past has told us the main issue was the regulations and limitations to what could be done. And to me, it seems like unless something changes on that front, we're probably not going to solve the problem. The main issue being no room at the inn kind of thing with the trapping. So maybe you can tell us, you don't have to do it now, but in a couple of weeks, let us know like what could be done or how.
yeah, actually, we will give update at every council meeting unless it's solved.
Mhm.
But the chief is involved, so you can rest assured he won't sleep until it's resolved. But the issue is not simple. I mean, we have dealt with it before. I mean, Jill will tell you, we have dealt with it before. It takes time to resolve the issue. There's no magic solution. And
Well,
as
that's
he- Yeah.
sorry to cut you off, but it's been 2 years that we've been working with the animal
Right,
control
but-
officer. So what's going to be different?
we are looking at various options, but one way or the other, that issue will be resolved. But it takes time and effort and money. That's why I was half joking when I told them the bill appears on bill list, don't complain. But we will, I mean, we have already talked to various agencies who can take, who can't take. I mean, with the weather, everybody is full.
Yep.
But he has a lot of options and he can talk to you offline. But every council meeting, I'll give an update.
Okay,
Yeah.
great.
Thanks.
Thanks a lot. Appreciate your help.
Thank you. Anybody else? All right, seeing none, public comment is now closed. Motion to adjourn the Board of Health.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. Thanks, Jill.
Thank you.
Enjoy your retirement. Okay, I call to order the business session of February 9th. Roll call
Charles,
Here.
Gawes,
here.
Jeevers,
Here.
Mandel,
Here.
Weiss.
Here.
And were we adequately noticed?
Yes, this business session was adequately noticed on January 23rd, 2026 to the Times in the Princeton Packet, filed with the municipal clerk and posted in the municipal building and on the township website.
Okay, we already
Already did
did the
salute to
salute
the
to the
flag.
flag. So we can move on to ceremonial matters. We have two topics under ceremonial matters. Month of February is Black History Month. So we have a proclamation celebrating Black History Month. Council Vice President Andrea Mandel will read the proclamation.
This is the proclamation celebrating February as Black History Month. Whereas Black History Month is a time to commemorate the historic struggles of African Americans to gain freedom and equality, and to recognize the importance of these struggles to our country's history and ideals, and to celebrate the many achievements African Americans have made to our economic.
We can't close the door. Mr. Tomar? Mr. Tomar, we can't close the door. We can't close the door. It's an open public meeting.
Sorry. and to celebrate the many achievements African Americans have made to our economic, cultural, spiritual, and political development as a nation. And Black History Month grew out of the establishment in 1926 of Negro History Week by Carter G. Woodson and the Association for the Study of African American Life and History. And whereas in 2026, the national theme for observance is A Century of Black History Commemorations. This theme marks the 100th anniversary of the very first national observance of Black history, originally launched as Negro History Week in 1926. And whereas the observance of Black History Month calls our attention to the ongoing need to enhance the understanding of Black history, to overcome racism, and to build a society that lives up to its democratic ideals. And whereas the Township of West Windsor continues to work toward becoming an even more inclusive community in which all citizens, past, present, and future, are respected and recognized for their contributions to our community, the county, and the state. And whereas the Township of West Windsor is proud to honor the history and contributions of African Americans in our community, such as in our senior center and schools throughout New Jersey and the nation, now therefore be it resolved that Mayor Hemant Marathi and the Township Council of the Township of West Windsor hereby proclaims February as Black History Month in perpetuity and encourages all citizens to celebrate our diverse heritage and culture and continue our efforts to create a world that is more just, peaceful, and prosperous for all. Thanks.
Thank you, Andrea. We did invite the African American Support Group, but they are not here. Maybe we can send them a copy, Allison.
Yep.
Thank you. The next is the proclamation celebrating 20 years of their service to our township, West Windsor Bicycle and Pedestrian Alliance. And I'm honored to read the proclamation as a past trustee, trustee and board member. So here we go. Whereas the mayor and township council of West Windsor Township are pleased to salute the West Windsor Bicycle and Pedestrian Alliance in grateful recognition of its outstanding work on behalf of our community. And whereas the WWBPA, incorporated in 2006 as a 501c3 organization, is marking its 20th year of its work in transforming West Windsor through advocacy, education, and partnerships into a community where walking and bicycling feel increasingly safe and enjoyable. And whereas the work of the WWBPA and its two predecessor organizations has helped lead to the creation of the Trolley Line Trail, a network of bike lanes, and many new sections of sidewalk in West Windsor. And whereas the WWBPA has built many of our woodland trails together with Friends of West Windsor Open Space, and has annually logged more than 100 volunteer hours maintaining those trails in each of the past 3 years. And whereas the WWBPA has helped fund additional bicycle lockers at the Princeton Junction train station, as well as in partnership with Bike Fest, bicycle racks at the train station, the West Windsor Farmers Market, and in many West Windsor parks. And whereas the WWBPA hosts a number of free events for the community, including an annual Learn to Bike class for children, the Ride of Silence, and together with the Historical Society of West Windsor, the annual Martian Bike. And whereas the WWBPA engages with approximately 2,000 people a year through its outreach to the community, often through the West Windsor Farmers Market, the West Windsor Plainsboro Schools, and West Windsor Arts. And whereas West Windsor has been recognized as a bronze level bicycle-friendly community by the League of American Bicyclists, in part because of the work done by the WWBPA and through its partnerships with the Township, Mercer County, and Greater Mercer Transportation Management Association. Now, therefore, be it resolved on this 9th day of February 2026 by the Mayor and Township Council of the Township of Westminster, County of Mercer, State of New Jersey, that the Mayor and Township Council recognize the Westminster Bicycle Pedestrian Alliance as an invaluable community partner dedicated to promoting the health, safety, and well-being of Westminster residents. Well, thank you to everybody, past and current and future board members of Bicycle Pedestrian Alliance. I think you play a very important role. Before we move on, I just want to add that I would like to call for council discussion under new business with effect to the Clarksville Road bridge closures. I request the council members to hold on to their comments regarding the bridge closure until then. Thank you. We move on to the first round of public comments. This round will be for 30 minutes period with 3-minute limit per person. Do we have anybody on the list?
I do have Allison Miller on the list.
Hello. It was lovely to see. that-
Allison, can you please give your name and address?
I was gonna get to that. Allison Miller, 41 Windsor Drive.
Thank you.
It was lovely to see the proclamation for the Bicycle and Pedestrian Alliance. I know how hard everyone works on that. But I'm here for affordable housing. You will receive a memo from the Affordable Housing Committee, but I just want to say how nice it was reading the ordinances to hear shall be reasonably dispersed throughout each residential building when they talk about affordable units. And safe and secured enclosed bicycle parking shall be provided. These two clauses were something that we worked for on the Affordable Housing Committee really hard and came to the planning board and really worked hard to get the planning board to approve them. So it's wonderful to see them in the ordinances, which you will introduce later tonight. Thank you.
Thank you, Allison. Anybody else?
I have no one else on the list.
Anybody else in the audience who wants to speak?
Can you hear me? Ajay Tomar, 6 Horace Court. I would like to draw attention. So before I go there, I would like to apologize to close the door on an open door session. So sorry about that. That's my
That's
mistake.
okay.
So what I would like to raise concern about is the recent snowstorm and snow removal effort that was put in by the Public Works Department. In our community, in my neighborhood, we have to call DPW at least 10 times to get them and come and remove their snow. They did not do proper salting of the roads prior to the storm, and they did not do proper cleaning after the storm. We had 1 week, the whole street was icy. Nobody could walk over it. It was really dangerous. And Mr. Mayor, we sent letters to you as well. We didn't hear your response, what was going on. So we would like to know what was done and what will be done in the future. Thank you.
Thank you. For those who don't know, we'll go through the public comments before mayor and council can comment back. Next.
Henry Murphy, 26 Birchwood Court. When I went from 5 days a week to 2 days a week a few years ago and was looking to do something, Sylvia said, join the Bike Ped Committee. I thought, that's great. I know all about it. And what an honor it's been to get to know all you guys. And every time I think I know something about it, you guys know more. And the planning board is outstanding on that. It's been a real honor. And I just wanted to thank you all for the wonderful time we have.
Thank you. Anybody else?
Hi, Tom Raday, 409 Village Road East. I want to comment on what the gentleman said. There are a lot of places where it's dangerous. If you're going down Alexander Road, the lanes are only, it's like it's a 2-lane area and it's 1.5 lanes cleared. It's very tight. All the traffic is forced into 1 lane, and it just adds to the problem that we've got with the bridge, the traffic problem. There's spots where you're crossing one on a bridge and you go to make a left-hand turn to get onto one, and the lane just disappears. There's 2 lanes there, and suddenly the lane disappears. So now if there's somebody next to you, you're either forced into them or you're jamming on the brakes. I'm a runner. My wife's a runner. There's a lot of runners in this town. And as you're running down the street, you can't run on the sidewalks because people haven't cleared them. That's another thing, by the way. Nobody clears no, I shouldn't say nobody. Many people don't clear their sidewalks. There's a lot of places like on Village Road East, just by the school property, and then heading towards across from the Grover Farm. It's the back of somebody's house and the sidewalk is right there. And nobody clears that sidewalk. I can't tell if that's the property owner that hasn't cleared it or whether that's township property. I don't know. So there's a lot of places where people are forced into the streets. 2-3 years ago, maybe 4 years ago, somebody died because they were walking in the street and a car hit them. I don't know if you recall that. So yeah, we've definitely got a problem. I agree this is bigger snow than we've had a lot of times, and I know that there's a lot of sort of crusty ice on top of it. I think we could have done a much better job. There's no place really to run when you've got these snowy times. There's no place that seems to be cleared where you can go run. So, other than that it's very dangerous. Well, anyway, that's it. It's very dangerous. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else?
Ann Clifton, 18 Galston Drive. Thank you very much for the recognition and the proclamation. Thank you, all of you on the council and Mayor Marate for being members of the West Windsor Bicycle and Pedestrian Alliance. Your support is definitely appreciated. And thank you for recognizing the need for budgeting for bicycle and pedestrian facilities throughout the township. Thanks very much.
Thank you. Do we have anybody else? All right, seeing none. Public comments is now closed. Administration, Mayor, Marlena?
I have two brief announcements. The first is a reminder that the Lewis Bay Second Future Municipal Leaders Scholarship Competition is open to all high school juniors and seniors. The deadline for submission of essays to the mayor's office is March 9th, 2026. And the essay's theme is what I like about my hometown. And I want to also make mention that free income tax assistance services will be available at the West Windsor Senior Center, 271 Clarksville Road, on Tuesday mornings from 9 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. As of February 3rd, and it runs through April 14th. You must have an appointment, and you can make an appointment by contacting the Senior Center at 609-799-9068. Individuals are reminded to please bring their copies of their 2025 federal and state income tax returns, as well as all tax forms and documents that they have received in the mail for tax reporting purposes. Those are the only announcements.
Thank you, Marlena. Mayor?
Yeah. Do you want me to talk about bridge now or at the end?
You can give the update now if you want to, but
Okay.
do you have any answers?
Yeah,
comments?
but I'm just asking you if you want me to. At the end, I'll talk about the bridge. I can wait till the end. It's your choice.
We can
You-
wait till the end, and then when we open the discussion, you can go first and give the update, and then we can have our.
Then I won't talk about the bridge now. Okay. So first I'll start with the good news. Finally, we believe we are at the end of the tunnel. The bus driver has promised us the start date of February 17th. That's not this Tuesday, next Tuesday. So again, we are asking people to fill out the forms again if they need the bus. It's been a while, few months, and I'll post it also on our website, but it's been a few months when we didn't have a bus driver, need a CDL, somebody who accepted our offer, then dropped out, and was been a challenge, but we finally feel reasonably comfortable that the new bus driver will start on February 17th. So if you know anybody who was using the bus and still plans to use the bus, please request them to fill out the form so we know which routes to make, where to pick up from, and which days. The bus runs 4 days out of 5, doesn't run on Thursday. Thursday it goes to the shopping center, so it doesn't go to the senior center. So if you want to go shopping, you can go take that on Thursday. But Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday, just indicate which days you want to be picked up, which days you want to be dropped off, or which days you want to do both, and they will schedule accordingly.
Mayor, are we sending this message to all the senior center members?
Yeah. They blasting
it
up.
came out
Senior
this-
center as a mailing list, they are sending it
They
themselves.
already sent it. It was already sent this morning.
It
Okay,
was.
send
Okay.
this
All right.
morning, okay. So,
Thank you.
yeah, so that, that they will do as well, but if you know anybody, then just let them know. I'll talk briefly about snowstorm. Ajay, I did get your email. We got lots of emails and we didn't answer them individually, but as the gentleman said, this snowstorm was unusual. We haven't had one for a number of years. I went to ChatGPT and asked, last time we had 12-inch snowstorm and went many years ago. The bigger problem more than the 12 inches was the temperature. Even today, the temperature has not gone above freezing. It's probably straight 15, 16 days has not gone about freezing. And the temperature went so low that the salt we had didn't work. So there was no point putting salt on when it didn't work, and it would just run off and damage the environment. The DPW, we have DPW clearing the roads. They clear the main roads first and then the secondary road. And then we have a contractor who clears most of the secondary roads. Whenever we received complaints, DPW did go and take a look at it and cleared, and sometimes they had to break the ice. One of the problems happened was that when DPW pushed or when cars were parked on the street, the ice just formed into an ice ball, and that was impossible to move. That became too heavy, even with the equipment that they had. But they did bring equipment to break ice sometimes. In fact, this morning they just shoveled one parking lot when somebody said that was a parking lot, but they said people still use it and they requested, so they went and shoveled their parking lot. I did drive through your neighborhood. It was tough, but most of the neighborhoods were tough. Hopefully, we won't get a weather like this again, but they did go and address as many problems as they could whenever. Again, if you have a problem, we have a website. There's a drop-down menu. You can report them, and whenever a problem was reported, DPW sent somebody to take a look. They did bring outside equipment to break the ice because sometimes it's not showerable. I mean, it was just ice stuck to the ground, and the salt we had was useless because the temperature was 1 degree. And that's the first thing I checked every morning. I got up. It's 1 degree, 2 degree, 3 degrees. So hopefully I see 45 now at the end of that list. So once we go there, um, we should be okay. But um, again, I mean, it was not ideal. Uh, we did the best we can, and anytime you complain, we do go and visit the area and try to clear as much as we can. May not be the same day, maybe the next day, but we did go and clear the area. And I did get your complaint about potholes too. That's going to be the next struggle now with the cold temperature. A lot of potholes are going to open up, and I've already talked to DPW to be ready, because that's the next fight we are going to have with the potholes, with so many opening up with the cold temperature. One last comment. I mean, I did get some emails and regarding there's an ordinance on the for introduction today about changing car wash from accessory use to allowed use in certain zone by the quick check across from McCaffrey's. I did get a couple of emails, but I do know that a lot of their council members got a lot of their emails. So I just want to update the council members. Car wash is allowed as accessory use on that property. If Quick Check was putting the car wash, we didn't need this ordinance. Because the owner of the car wash is different than owner of Quick Check, we need to make it as a permanent use or allowed use. Diagonally across from there, there is a Valero. They went in front of the zoning board. It wasn't zoned at that time, but they were allowed to, they were given a zoning variance, I think around 2012, to put a car wash in 7-Eleven there. They never did that. That has expired. But again, now their zoning is very similar to zoning of Quick Check. So if they want to put a car wash there, with the Valero owner being the same guy is going to put car wash, they don't need any ordinance. They can just use the existing ordinance and put the car wash there. there's never a perfect use. Somebody is going to complain about no matter what you put. I remember when there was a restaurant, somebody came here and said, oh, you don't allow quick check to open because it's going to throw other coffee chains out of business. When we put warehouses, people say, oh, can't find alternate use. This is an alternate use. So this is a good use. If we don't do that, that site remains empty and those houses remain there. The owner, this project was approved about 2 or 3 years ago. Unfortunately, the original owner of the property went bankrupt. It was taken over by a bank in Texas. And we finally find a reliable developer who is willing to do that, but he wants to do a car wash instead of a restaurant. He has done these car washes other places in US. So I told him, okay, and we're just asking permission to make that as a move it from accessory use to regular use, permanent use in that. So if anybody has any questions, I'll be able to answer, but they will go back to, if you have questions about particulars of the car wash, they will have to go back to the planning board to get approval, because planning board has approved a restaurant on that site. So you can go to the planning board and ask all the questions that you have. So thanks.
Thank you. Regarding the sidewalks, Mr. Reddy, if you see any sidewalks that are not cleared, please call our police department at their non-emergency phone number. They are the ones who make sure, ensure to, what's the term I'm looking for? Enforce the removal and cleaning of sidewalks. So that's what, if you can do, I know many residents have done that, and I have personally, my son runs, so I know what you're talking about. For runners, the sidewalks are not clean, then you have to get on the road. The other thing I did notice, I think it was 2 days ago, I noticed at the corner of Clarksville and North Post Road, I think it was from the county, they were actually lifting the snow and putting it in a truck, because the corners are getting like hills of snow because of the amount of snow. So I did see that the DPW and county is working on that. So I don't know if you have any further updates on
No,
that.
I don't know, but the corner of Clarksville and Penlyle, I take right there to go home from here. That's blocked. The right lane is completely. The problem is everywhere. Route 1 has in South Brunswick, shoulder is allowed between 6 and 10, which I use every day. It was closed for more than a week till 2 days ago. It was open today. The first time I saw it's open. So because of the amount of snow and because more than the snow, the cold, you can move the snow.
Single digit
Once
number
it
is not
sticks
helping.
down to the ground, it was very difficult to move.
Yeah,
So I
no.
guess the question is, it's obviously going to eventually get warmer. I think it's going to get warmer at the end of this week. We'll have a stretch of days where it's above freezing. Is there a plan for DPW to target any specific intersections that are blocked like that? Like one on
I mean,
Clarksville?
anybody who calls, as I said, they went and cleaned the parking lot this morning. Anybody who calls saying that there's a problem, we go and take a look and try to clean it if there's really a problem. Indeed, I mean, a lot of times, like one development without naming specifically, they called and complained. We went and checked. First thing, they had all the cars blocked on the road. The snow by the car became solid block of ice, impossible to move, even with big equipment. And then all their snowplow contractors just dumped the snow from the driveway onto the road.
Yeah.
I mean, then there's,
Yeah, I know it's a mess.
and then that froze at night. So when they said the whole road was covered, half of it was from their driveway. And once it froze, it was very difficult to move
Can't
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like you just mentioned, Clarksville and Penlyle, that right turn lane is.
Yeah,
blocked.
you can't turn right. I mean, I go there every
Like,
day.
Is that on the list for DPW to do?
No,
Do we need to.
That's a county, that's a county road, yeah. I mean, we try to call the county, but I know everybody's hands are full.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
lot of,
no, I
I
get
mean, people complained about 571 county road again. We didn't call unnecessarily because I knew everybody has the same problem.
Yeah.
It's not easy to.
Yeah, when I've been driving around, it's almost like almost every intersection where the
Yeah, no,
turning
once,
lane is,
once
the turning
it,
lane is half
yeah,
plowed.
yeah,
So
once,
so my question really is about, is DPW going to take sort of a view of
the roads that they're responsible in the township for those types of situations
They-
once it warms up? I mean, I realize we
Oh,
can't really do much about it.
right now, I mean, you don't have to wait to warm up. If you tell me that this intersection is not proper, we will go and take a look.
Okay.
A lot of times they call us about the sidewalk, that's homeowner's responsibility or business's responsibility. A Schlumberger is not owned property, no on-site owner, that's always a problem. And I don't mind giving a ticket to a business. I hate to put, especially if the person is very old, and given that the snow is stuck to the ground, I mean, if I'm 70 and somebody asks me to do that, I say, give me a ticket, don't, no problem. Yeah.
So,
Thank you.
yeah, all right, thank you. Council member comments, let's start with Linda.
Oh, hi. Well, just with the snow and all, I think the DPW has done an incredible job. A lot of overtime. It's very, very challenging storm with the snow, and then there's sleet and that freezes and more snow, and it went on and on and on. It felt like we got a foot of snow and all, so very challenging. When we get to budget season, I don't know if there's any special equipment that can chop up this ice. It's out there, but if there is, consider something in the capital budget
Yeah.
to deal with
No,
it.
I
'Cause
mean,
it is tough. That ice is.
yeah, no,
very
we have
difficult.
money we have money in our snow bank. So John tells me the money is not the problem. It's just the temperature. Now tomorrow it's showing raining and 36. Hopefully most of the issues should be taken care of. It rains and 36.
Right, and each year we also award a contract to a private company. We go out to bid. I believe we only get one response to the bid, but it's the same company that we use each year. So there's a lot of people out there, a lot of competition for them too, I'm sure. Very challenging storm, but we'll try to do our best. If there's still complaints, get it into the DPW. I'm sure they're out there every single day trying to do what they can to get caught up. So thanks to them. Let's see, Bicycle and Pedestrian Alliance, 20 years. So thank all of you for your work. Appreciate it very much. Many times you have all sorts of tours on different issues that come up. I always appreciate the reports that you give us, and detailed reports, and especially at budget season. We kind of focus on that. And so I enjoy all of you, appreciate you coming out tonight, and many of you come on all sorts of different meetings throughout the year. So thanks for the effort and all your contributions to making this a great town. That's all right. Comments on the bridge. I was going to make some comments, but we're now saving that for later. Black History Month, or West Windsor Arts Council and County has events. So just for celebrations, just see their websites. And on a very, very special positive note, our Township Clerk, Allison Sheehan, the family, they welcomed a beautiful baby boy, grandson, first grandson, and first grandchild too. Big baby boy, beautiful, beautiful. You know, it's like amazing, amazing. So I just want to congratulate you and the family, and enjoy all those precious moments. Yeah.
Okay, Dan,
I have no additional comments.
Joe?
Yeah, I want to say congratulations to the West Windsor Bike and Pedestrian Alliance for 20 years of service to our town. A number of the hardworking members are still here right now. I know that you know how much time and effort that you all put into it. So just want to say thank you for your service to make our town a better place. All my other comments relate to the bridge, so I'll save those for later.
Thank you. Andrea?
Just a couple quick congrats to Allison, her first grandchild. Bicycle and pedestrian, I mean, I remember going to things, I won't even say how many years ago, over 30 years ago. I remember Paul Ligeti and his project and biking around historically. And it was probably about 20 years ago that my daughter became one of the first student advisor, and also did part of her Gold Award for a Girl Scout project with them. So it's a long history. A lot of good has been going over all those years, and it's been a wonderful resource and a wonderful benefit to this town. Couple of things. I was at the Maurice Hawk Science Fair, always one of my absolute favorite things to do. Not sure if the kids get scared when they see me coming because I like to ask hard questions. But it's something I really enjoy, and there were some new things this year, including an exhibit on the on rust, which they managed to put pictures up of the bridge. So that was kind of interesting. And another thing I went to this week was the Upper Millstone Watershed Group meeting. As you probably remember, we've signed on for the Assupink Watershed to do a group project, a multi-township, multi-municipality township, and multi-county project within the Assupink watershed. And now we're looking at doing the MS4 water projects with the Upper Millstone. So I'm hoping we get some support here for that and some support from the other municipalities. So we'll be talking to them. And other than that, I'm looking forward to the bridge discussion.
Thank you, everyone. Congratulations, Allison, on first grandchild. Exciting. Congratulations to the Seahawks fans, even though I'm not happy. Congratulations. I'm a New England. We are a New England family.
To jinx it, otherwise I would have told you 2 days ago that was going to happen.
Well, congratulations. Enjoy that. I just want to wish everybody happy Chinese New Year, which is coming up. And Bicycle Pedestrian Alliance, this was the first group that I actually joined when we moved here 17 years ago. I had a newborn baby and wanted to do something. And my neighbor Sylvia was like, why didn't you join this? Because I was biking around with my baby in the bike carrier, and she thought that was an opportunity. And that was the first volunteer group that I joined. Thanks to that group, my son started riding bikes without training wheels before he turned 3. And we have helped many of our neighborhood kids do the same. I think having a bicyclist champion in our neighborhood definitely helps to get all our a lot of our kids under the age of 5 to ride without their training wheels. So congratulations on 20 years of service. I'm just honored that I had a little drop in there with that group. So anyway, Alison, do you have anything additional?
I do not.
All right, we don't have any public hearings. Consent agenda?
Minutes, November 24th, 2025 closed session, November 24th, 2025 business session, bills and claims.
Does anybody want to pull anything? No? Roll call or motion to approve?
Yeah, motion to approve the consent agenda.
Second.
Okay. Charles,
I'll abstain from the minutes.
Jeevers,
Yes.
Mandel,
Yes.
Weiss,
Yes.
and Gawas.
Yes. Recommendations from administration and council?
Okay. 2026-R042, authorizing the appointment of Bindi Patel as an alternate 2 on the Affordable Housing Committee with a term to expire on January 14th, 2029. 2026-R043, authorizing the appointment of Jayasura Kolamudi as a member of the Human Relations Council with a term to expire on January 14th, 2027. 2026-R044, authorizing the appointment of Michael Shuett as an advisor on the Shade Tree Commission with a term to expire on January 14th, 2027. 2026-R045, authorizing the mayor and clerk to execute a professional services agreement with Edwin W. Schmier and Mason Griffin and Pearson for a conflict attorney services, $7,500. 2026-R046, approving the refund of the balance of remaining escrow for development plan review for various planning and zoning board applicants. 2026-R047, authorizing the mayor and clerk to execute a professional services agreement with Center State Engineering for professional engineering services for the refurbishment of the basketball courts and skate park in West Windsor Community Park and tennis courts at Hendrickson Drive Tennis Complex, $21,500. 2026-R048, authorizing the mayor to execute a use and hold harmless agreement with Hamilton Township for use of the Hamilton Police Range as an alternative training location for the West Windsor Police Division. 2026-R049, authorizing the West Windsor Police Department to continue participation in the Defense Logistics Agency, DLA, Law Enforcement Support Office, LESO, 1033 program for 2026. 2026-R050, authorizing the business administrator to purchase technological equipment for the police division from SHI under New Jersey Cooperative Purchasing Alliance Contract CK04, subcontract 24-38, $108,018, $108,018.04. 2026-R039, approving the updates and changes to the Township's 2025-2026 Employment Practices Risk Control Program in accordance with recommended changes by the Township's Municipal Excess Liability Joint Insurance Fund, MILGIF.
Okay, does anybody want to pull anything?
Yeah, 2026-R039.
Okay, can we get a motion to approve 2026 R042 through R050?
Motion to approve 2026 through R-042 through 2026-R050.
Second.
Charles?
Yes.
Jeevers?
Yes.
Mandel?
Yes.
Weiss?
Yes.
Gauss?
Yes. All right, Linda?
Yeah, I guess at the last meeting, we had discussed this and it was voted on and pulled by council. So I had just emailed some questions January 29th. Some of them are very simple questions, but I think I got a response back from the mayor, but it didn't necessarily address each point that I made in the email. Some of these are very, very simple things I thought that would get resolved very quickly. So you go through them now.
Mayor, do you have any?
No, I have answer to. I mean, I'm not going to answer the individual questions. One of the reasons we are doing this is at the request of our insurance fund. We are not given the amount of items on our plate. We are not looking to take on work we don't have to do. This is what is requested by JIF so that they will reduce our deductible. I don't remember the numbers top of my head, but our deductible in case somebody sues us will be reduced. Some of the changes that Linda is asking needs me to reopen the employee contracts and stuff. I'm not willing to do that at this point, not enough time and energy. So it's up to the council if the two minor changes that the JIF requested, if you want to approve them. If not, then the whole contract still holds. We just are exposed to a higher liability in case somebody sues us. So that's the only thing. I don't want to open the contract and do the changes that she has requested, and I don't want to go through each one of them individually at this time. So that's not the easy changes. That those things she asked can't be done unilaterally by fiat. I'm not a president. I can sign executive orders.
Can we have a closed session at some point later when you have a little more information?
Yeah,
on it?
but again, I mean, I can have.
But we can for insurance purposes so that we don't lapse it and we don't have a gap. I would suggest.
No,
that
I mean,
we
the
move
insurance
to
won't.
approve it.
Insurance won't lap. It's our. I don't know if I don't top of my head. I don't know the numbers, but our deductible goes from, let's say, 25,000 to 50,000 or 75,000, whatever.
Okay, so
from
so
25,000 to
going back to
100,000.
it so that
Yeah.
we can save the money, the tax dollars, basically by passing the resolution now with the change requested, and then have a closed session to go over
I mean,
concerns.
I can
at a
have.
later date.
I can have 3 closed sessions. That's not a problem. The thing is, I can't do the changes because those are contract related. I can't do it by fiat. I can't sign an executive order and do it,
Okay.
right? So
We get it. I
Mhm.
get, I get that. Do you?
I wanted, yeah, it was really, the one issue is, it wasn't changing the contract. It was just, it was a practice. And I was trying to find out where, like, where is the place? Either you put it in a personnel manual or it's in the collective bargaining contracts because it's negotiated. And I'm not seeing it, the practice of certain release time anywhere. So that's what caught my attention. Every 2 years, we have to approve this. I get it and the whole thing, not trying to hold anything up, but I thought that, that needed to be discussed or memorialized somewhere.
right. I mean, again,
Okay.
Yeah,
it's-
again,
It sounds like Linda's not asking for any changes to this particular document, but I believe last time there was some questions that she had.
2 years ago.
And the discussion was that there would be a closed session to answer her questions, or at least to discuss that.
No,
So I think what Linda's looking for is, can we agree today or another meeting that we have the closed session and she can get the answers, and that's basic, Linda, is
That's
that
basically
basically
what
what you're
we-
looking
we-
for
we're
at this
trying-
point?
Yeah, should
Hmm.
be. Policy and you do a practice, I think in Perk, that becomes the policy.
So why-
It's
why-
expected
why
Rather
don't
than
we-
trying to discuss this now without really discussing
Yeah,
it, which is
we
what's
can't
going
really
on.
discuss this now without
Uh,
really saying what we are discussing,
Can
so.
we get a
why don't
commitment,
We,
commitment to a particular closed session?
we can
and
work and.
Move on.
Then the next month, this to be like, oh, we're so busy and it goes away. It's been
No, I mean, I don't like to make false promises. So I said I can do closed session. I have no problem doing closed session. I can tell you but some of the things that she's requesting, I can't do, and I can humor you to say I will do it and not do it then. That's not me. I will tell you what I can do and I'll do it. If I can't do it, I can't do it. And I have told you, and again, there's some things that are mayor's prerogative. I don't want to hold future mayor's hands. Eventually, I'm going to retire one of these days. So I don't want to hold future mayor's hands. So I will explain to you my thinking. You may agree with me or not agree with me. But I did, last time I asked you to pull because I didn't remember. I had read that a week or 8 days ago and I didn't remember. And I didn't want to read it in the meeting and make a decision on the fly. So that's why I asked you to pull it. I did go and read it. I didn't get a chance to write a detailed response. I can have a closed session, not a problem. I'll find some other topic with which I can have a closed session and we can have a closed session, not a problem.
Okay,
Okay.
so are we
Linda,
okay with that?
Yes.
Okay. Anybody else have any questions with regards to this?
Just make sure the date is tonight. Dates changed like 3 times. Yeah, when it
Yes.
says the approval. but-
All right, motion to approve 2026 R039,
Second.
Second is
roll
Charles.
call?
Charles?
Yes.
Chevers?
Yes.
Mandel?
Yes.
Weiss?
Yeah.
Gawas?
Yes. Introduction of ordinances?
Okay. 2026-02, ordinance to amend and supplement Chapter 200 of the Code of the Township of West Windsor, 1999, by amending the bulk and use standards in the B2A district and the schedule of off-street parking requirements.
Motion to introduce?
So moved.
Second? Can I get a second?
Second, did you want to, anybody want to comment? Second?
This is introduction. These are just introductions.
Introduction. If anybody wants to, they can, I suppose, but
We have to first put it on the table with the second, and then we can talk if we want to.
Yeah, second.
Can I get a second?
Second.
Okay.
Second.
Does anybody have anything to say?
So
Okay.
this goes, if approved, goes to the planning board.
Correct.
They have 45 days, but I would expect it sooner, honestly.
Of course.
If they make any changes, substantive changes,
They
then,
can only make comment and suggestion. You cannot make changes.
Right.
For changes, it has to
Right,
come
right.
back to the council.
They can propose.
They can recommend
Yeah,
changes.
Right,
Right.
yeah, no, they don't have the approval process. We do, because we introduced it.
Yes.
But if there's substantive changes, then we have to reintroduce.
Have to be reintroduced.
Right, okay. So they can make any and all changes.
Recommendation.
Right, I'm
So
sorry.
we
Use
introduced
the word
tonight, it goes to
recommendation.
planning
Yeah.
board. If planning board has any suggestions or recommendations, they can send it to the council. If it is substantial, then we'll have to reintroduce.
Remember, this is an ordinance, so you're creating a law that affects land use here in the township. Because it affects land use in some way, it goes for review by the planning board, who can only make recommendations. But normally they review it and it's to its consistency with master plan. They will send back a letter. Usually we find it consistent with master plan, we find it not. We also recommend that you maybe make this change and that change. If those changes.
Mike, can you speak in the mic?
Oh, I'm sorry. If those changes are substantive, then you will have to go ahead and reintroduce. It then goes back to the planning board again for another review. So the process can be lengthened out.
But
Right, there's no other process that could allow for like a concept review, like
Sorry, say
a
again?
concept review plan of the changes at the planning board level.
there's no
No,
plan.
you can't do that.
Well,
You have to do it this
the-
way.
Yes.
No.
Mike,
Well,
Mike, just to be clear, the planning board will only review whether it complies with the master plan. Planning board is not going to make a value judgment whether we should do it or not do it. That's not their job.
Yeah, they're welcome to comment on it, but that's really what their job is.
Yeah, their job is to make sure it's complying with our master plan and all the other
And-
ordinances that.
And even if they find it doesn't comply with the master plan, the township council could still say, no, we're going to vote on this and we're going to approve it.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think sometimes you want to go beyond just the compliance. Yes, that is. I
Yes,
know
but,
that.
you know, you can make comment, "Well, we'd like to see this, that, and the other thing. But the council has to make a determination of whether first do we want to go ahead and make these changes because it may be substantive. We got to start the whole process over again. Or if they're minor, then they can make the changes.
I mean, presumably the planning board could look at something and say, hey, this is 20 feet, but we think we would like 25 feet based on our experience.
That's a
And
substantive change.
but they're allowed to do that, but they
They can
can't force it. They can recommend based on their
Yeah.
land use experience. But most of the time, I know when we get a letter back from the planning board, either side that I've been on, it's been that
Yeah.
they say it complies with the
And the
master
only-
plan.
And the only time if there's a conflict between the planning board and the council on their view of that land use ordinance, whereas there's comments from the comments or a non-recommendation from the planning board, only time that really comes into effect is if the council goes ahead and approves it anyway, and then there's litigation against the ordinance to overturn it in court. The actions of the planning board can't be taken into account as far as the court determining whether the ordinance is legitimate or not.
Okay.
They are.
And as
They are, you know, the quote unquote land use experts of the town. And they make recommendations just like I do. Look, I can tell you to do all kinds of things for my little seat here, but whether you guys listen to that or not is up to you. Like, I can't pass on laws. It's up to you guys.
So if it's in compliance with the master plan, but there's several suggestions made.
Yes.
like Adding building heights.
Right.
Like all that
But again, if substantive, you have to start the process over again.
Right, and if the council does not agree, then we would have to say in writing why. We
Nope.
don't, no, we don't have to do
Nope.
that.
You just go ahead and vote it in. You don't have to.
We don't make, so in that case, if we don't agree with the recommendations of
You-
planning board, we
You
don't,
can make a statement, but
we,
you don't have
and
to-
we don't make that change. Right,
Yeah.
exactly.
I thought we did have to say reason why, but maybe if it's
No.
because it's in compliance with the master plan, maybe that's the thing. All
And
right.
if it's not, then you can make a statement, but it doesn't have to be in writing.
Okay. Does anybody else have anything to say? No?
No?
Roll call?
Okay, roll call. Charles,
Yes.
Jeevers,
Yes,
Mandel,
Yes.
Weiss.
Yes.
Gauss.
Yes.
Okay, the public hearing will be March 9th, 2026. 2026-03, ordinance to amend and supplement Chapter 200 of the Code of the Township of West Windsor, 1999, by creating the R5E zoning district, 200-189.4.
Motion to introduce?
Second.
Charles?
Yes.
Chevers?
Yes.
Mandel?
Yes.
Weiss? Kawas?
Yes.
Okay. Public hearing will be March 9th, 2026. 2024-04, ordinance to amend and supplement Chapter 200 of the Code of the Township of West Windsor, 1999, by creating the R5F zoning district, 200 to 189.5.
Motion to introduce?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call?
Charles?
Yes.
Chevers?
Yes.
Mandel?
Yes.
Weiss? Gawas?
Yes.
Just a quick note, just for people listening, all of these are related to our affordable housing.
Correct. We have 7 ordinances.
Say that.
Right.
Yeah.
So we have from 2026-03 to
09.
09 are
Mhm.
all tied to the Affordable Housing Fair Share Plan, Round 4. That was adopted by Planning Board and Council.
Mandated by state statute A4, which was passed by the legislature and signed by Governor Murphy.
Correct.
And that's why there's so many all at once, because each one was for a separate area.
Correct. We have seven in total. So we just went through 3 of them. We have 4 more to go.
The public hearing for 2026-04 will be March 9th, 2026.
Yep.
Okay. 2026-05, ordinance to amend and supplement Chapter 200 of the Code of the Township of West Windsor, 1999, by creating the bulk and use standard in the R5G zoning district, 200-189.6.
Motion to introduce?
So moved.
Second.
Charles?
Yes.
Chevers?
Yes.
Mandel?
Yes.
Weiss?
Yes.
Gawas?
Yes.
Public hearing will be March 9th, 2026. 2026-06, ordinance to amend and supplement Chapter 200 of the Code of the Township of West Windsor, 1999, by creating the bulk and use standard in the R5H zoning district, 200-189.7.
Motion to introduce?
Second.
Charles?
Yes.
Chevers?
Yes.
Mandel?
Yes.
Weiss?
Yes.
Gawas?
Yes.
Public hearing will be March 9th, 2026. 2027-07, ordinance to amend.
2026. You said 2027.
Oh, I did. I'm sorry. I'm skipping ahead to the next number. 2026-07, ordinance to amend and supplement Chapter 200 of the Code of the Township of West Windsor, 1999, by creating the bulk and use standard in the R5I zoning district, 200-189.8.
Motion to introduce?
So moved.
Can I get a second?
Second.
Charles?
Yes.
Chevers?
Yes.
Mandel?
Yes.
Weiss?
Yes.
Gawas?
Yes.
Public hearing will be March 9th, 2026. 2026-08, ordinance to amend and supplement Chapter 200 of the Code of the Township of West Windsor, 1999, by creating the bulk and use standard in the R5J zoning district, 200-189.9.
Motion to introduce?
So moved.
Second.
Charles?
Yes.
Chevers?
Yes.
Mandel?
Yes.
Weiss?
Yes.
Gawas?
Yes.
Public hearing will be March 9th, 2026. 2026-09, Township of West Windsor ordinance to amend the Princeton Junction redevelopment plan regulating provisions to create the RP-7A and RP-7B zoning districts of the Princeton Junction redevelopment plan, Chapter 200 of the Code of the Township of West Windsor, 1999.
Motion to introduce?
Second.
Charles?
Yes.
Chevers?
Yes.
Mandel?
Yes.
Weiss?
Yes.
Gawas?
Yes.
Public hearing will be March 9th, 2026. 2026-10, an ordinance amending Article 13 separate agencies and boards not assigned of Chapter 4 of the Code of the Township of West Windsor, 1999.
I want to propose a couple of minor changes before we introduce it.
So, can we? Mike, we want to propose couple of changes to this. Should we do that before we introduce? How do we?
Well, I mean, you are welcome to do so, but a lot of these ordinances have already been reviewed through the fair housing process.
No, Mike, this has nothing to do with that. This is shade tree. This is the administration had given a recommendation.
One above it,
Yeah.
No, so we went through all the affordable housing fair share plan ordinances. Those are have been introduced. We're
Yes,
looking
you're
at
welcome.
2026-10.
Yeah, we just wanted to do a couple of minor wording changes. I think I sent everybody this about a week ago.
And everybody has
Is
a copy of
the red line version, so the exact wording is available. The first one is the word horticultural
somehow
is in this ordinance. I'm not sure how long or what. The Shade Tree Committee it does arboriculture. It doesn't do
horticulture.
Horticulture includes grasses, plants, flowers, and food crops. And since this particular ordinance actually increases some of the abilities and powers, if you will, of the Shade Tree Commission, having something in there that they don't really work with just needs to be corrected, I'd say, and removed. I spoke to the mayor about it. He reviewed it with the landscape architect. She said, no, that's fine, that arboriculture is already in the ordinance, that there's no need to have the horticulture in there. It's in there in a couple of places. So I've provided a red line version of where that can be removed. On the preamble where it says undesirable horticulture, and in C powers, it says encouraging horticultural planting. A lot of the horticultural planting is handled by the Environmental Commission, and the crops and stuff would be under our agricultural group. So it's no need to have the horticultural under the Shade Tree Commission. So that's one thing I'm removing, or putting a proposal to remove. And then under the creation, I know there's been some discussion, I understand there was some discussion about who appointing a liaison. I just want to say that I really like having a liaison. As a matter of fact, when I joined the council the first year, I noticed there was no liaison to the Shade Tree Commission. And I also noticed there was none to the Human Relations Council the following year, 2021, I believe, when we worked on our council procedural guidelines. I added those two liaison positions to the procedural guidelines. They were voted in by the council, and we've been doing that ever since. So I'm very, very much in favor of it. I think it's worked out really well having a liaison, but that is something that's under the council's procedural guidelines. It's not something that tends to be suggested under the ordinances of the various commissions and stuff, basically telling the council what they have to have liaisons to. So I've discussed that with various people. It's the mayor, Linda, I know, has discussed that. And so I'm putting a proposal to remove reference to it's encouraged that the township council appoint a liaison to the commission who will attend commission meetings and events. That's really under the prerogative of the council, and I personally would not want to tie the hands of any future council.
already have this.
We've had that since 2021 and it's worked out. And I would hope that all future councils continue to have that and continue to have representatives on our various volunteer boards. But that's the proper way that it's done.
Okay, does any, with the change?
With the changes, correct,
As amended, yeah.
as amended.
Okay, so Dan, I'm just going to go down. Dan, you're
Yeah.
good with the changes? Linda?
Yeah, I mean, members, commission members know that B1, that wording, I did not like that.
Right.
I didn't think it was just necessary for the ordinance. So little difference of opinion there, but.
Well, we already
have
have, as you said, we already have that in council procedural guidelines, so we are talking about putting it in the ordinance, so just so you're okay with the changes, proposed changes.
Yeah, I mean, I was looking at the statutes this afternoon and, let's see, 40:64-5, powers of the commission. It says exercise full and exclusive control over the regulation, planting and care of shade and ornamental trees and shrubbery. So that's towards their responsibilities.
Okay, Joe?
No questions. I'm fine with it.
Okay, so Andrea, you propose the
Yes, I'm
changes?
making a motion to approve these changes prior to introduction.
You don't need to have a separate motion. You just.
So we
It's
introduce
amended.
as amended.
Well, just
amended.
want to make sure everybody.
Yeah,
good with it.
so, so I need a motion to, introduce as amended.
So moved.
Can I get a second?
Okay. Charles,
Yes.
Jeevers,
Yes,
Mandel,
Yes.
Weiss,
Yeah.
Gauss.
Yes.
The public hearing will be February 23rd, 2026.
Okay. All right, we move on to the second round of public comments. Same rules as before, 3-minute limit per person. The comment period would be for 15 minutes. Do we have anybody on the list?
No, I do not have anyone on the list.
Anybody in the audience would like to say anything? Nope. All right, seeing none, public comment period is closed. Council reports. Let's start with Linda.
yeah. And if we could, send this over to the Shade Tree Commission.
The changes.
the
Yes, I will be
changes,
sending
just
this
so
over
they
to
know.
Mayor Administration.
Right,
and the-
right.
Yeah,
So we'll get
yeah,
it.
yeah.
This is more for the public since we went through this last week, but the planning board met on February 4th. It held a master plan public hearing on section 4, the draft housing elements and fair share plan for 2025-2035. This is for the 4th round of affordable housing obligations. After the public hearing, the planning board, by a vote of 8-0, adopted its resolution 2026 R-04, which is the adoption of the housing element and fair share plan for 2025 to 2035, 4th round. Afterwards, the Township Council held a publicly noticed special business meeting. The council unanimously approved Resolution 2026-R041, which is the endorsement of the housing element and fair share plan for 2025 to 2035. That's the 4th round, which was earlier adopted by the planning board.
Okay,
And-
Dan?
And Happy New Year. I just want Happy Chinese New Year to say that earlier.
Dan?
The Affordable Housing Committee met last week. It will be their reorg meeting. Columbia, president, and Allison Miller was selected as vice president. Most of the discussion was
Affordable housing.
what Linda just discussed. So they have received copies of all the ordinances. Allison made a comment about that. I couldn't find a copy of posted yet of the full fair share plan at the website. But they would like to have a copy of that.
Yes, that is
They've reached out to you already.
the housing element fair share plan.
The one I mentioned today.
It's posted on the website under planning board.
Yeah,
Right.
there were changes made.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
it's
so
the
if you-
final version.
I think if you go under planning board, under their agendas. Yeah.
Oh, no. it's
We,
not-
we,
Yeah, it's
we,
there,
we-
but
we talked about it earlier today.
yeah.
It's under
Mhm.
planning board, for the said meeting, and it's in the additional documents and links.
Yeah, you have to go to like a thing under there, but I believe they're not the newest ones, so we have to fix that maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll
It
make-
is possible. Somebody might reach out to you and ask. a copy.
Mhm. Yeah, I'll note with planning board.
Okay,
Mhm.
all right, Andrea?
Environmental Commission will be meeting on Thursday night. On the agenda is the natural landscape ordinance. We have not seen the amended ordinance yet. I'm hoping we can get the amended ordinance with enough time for everybody to look at it. And if that's on the agenda for discussion by the Environmental Commission, I assume since an agenda item, is that going to be available to the public? The proposed, there's a proposed natural landscape ordinance of which there's a lot of interest in. It's an agenda item
Ye-
for
yeah, but
the,
that's going to be moved slowly. I mean, we will have.
yeah, that's not the
what-
problem. It is on the agenda
Okay.
for the Environmental Commission, and there are members of the public who have not seen what it looks like. So
Environmental Commission is open meeting, so it's,
So then.
I think the question is, will the proposed ordinance be available for the public on
I
the
can
website?
make it available.
Right, and the Environmental Commission doesn't have it yet either, so
It doesn't have what?
doesn't have a copy of the revised ordinance, so for the Thursday meeting. So if we can get that as soon as possible, both to the public and Environmental Commission, then there'll be a chance to look
Okay.
at it.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Is that it? Yep. Okay. Joe?
Yeah, I attended the Human Relations Council. Sonia had a conflict, so I sat in for her. They debriefed on MLK Day, which was a successful event. They talked about planning for the Diversity Day Community Picnic, which is expected to take place in June in Community Park. It's going to be an outdoor event, so they're planning on having a backup rain date since I think it got rained out, canceled last year. So that's the thought for that. Some discussion around Community Day in September, which is the HRC would do some things for International Day of Peace as it relates to that. Attended the Erect Commission meeting. It was the first meeting, reorg meeting of the year. Prabhat Tomar is the chair. Teresa Lorenko is the vice chair. Some general discussion around events for 2025.
2026.
26, yeah. In advance of the meeting, each of the members had provided some suggestions for things they wanted to see prioritized in 2026. Ronnie had requested everyone to, since there was a lot of different perspectives and feedback, Ronnie requested everybody to take a look and sort of prioritize what are their sort of top three out of everything that everybody had proposed. So that was some homework for the group. One notable item that was discussed is that it sounds like the school district has proposed a somewhat major increase in what they would bill the rec commission to hold events in the school, significant increase in the hourly rate. So Ken Jacobs was going to go back to the school district on that topic. So that's something we'll keep an eye on and see what happens there.
Maybe worth us building our own rec center if it's going to cost that much to rent the rooms.
See, it's been approved in policy already. Or if that's coming up with a new budget.
Might be something that you can take a look
Well, yeah.
on Board of Ed meeting and see. Right, thank you. I don't have any reports. Thank you, Joe, for attending on my behalf, the Human Relations meeting, so I don't have any additional reports. Now we move on to the new business. We wanted to discuss Clarksville Bridge closure. I want to start with Mayor, if you want to give your update first before.
I'd forgotten. I thought it was time to go home. So,
I didn't forget.
oh, it's a mess. As you know, I've talked to NG12, thanks to uh, them coming here. I did talk to 101.5 in the afternoon, and then uh, now I think Amtrak realized that a lot of people are calling Amtrak for questions. So we had a meeting with Amtrak in the afternoon. Madlina, myself, Gary, and Francis. And we met with them. They explained to us what they are doing, how they're working with NJDOT. Uh, the inspection for the so they did issue there are two permits that they have. One is a permit to enter that they did issue in January, where you can enter their property, but they didn't have a the New Jersey NJDOT contractor didn't have a way of going up on the ladder and look at the bridge. And that SSSWP permit, it's not still 100% issued. They did issue one last, I'm going to look up my calendar so I don't mess up the dates. They did issue one last Tuesday, the 3rd, but then on the 4th, they failed the equipment that the NJDOT contractor was going to use to inspect the bridge. That inspection happens on the location, and that inspection only happens on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. That's why now they are going to look at do another inspection on the 11th, day after tomorrow. And then if that passes, then it will be 11th, 12th, 13th. They did tell me that they had given the contractor a list of things that they would look in during inspection on January 27th. So the contractor did have everything that he needed to make sure everything was working. And then on February 4th, they did fail it. So now it will do between 11th and 13th, they will inspect it. If they pass it, then they can do the inspection. Then the NJDOT will come up with a plan as to exactly what's wrong with the bridge and how they are going to fix it. They will propose it to us, and then we can make a decision as to what option we want to choose. But so far, based on my conversation with various parties involved, it looks like the best possibility is to open it one way, one time, meaning it will be both ways, but with the traffic light, and one side goes once. It's like a single lane bridge when one side crosses first and the second side crosses second. That looks like the best option at this point. But again, they don't know because they haven't looked at it at all. Our next meeting is on the 19th. By then, I think, yeah.
Hopefully the inspection would have been done by then.
Yeah.
But they'll buy a ladder.
Yeah. So, hold on. Oh, sorry. It's on the, on the night. So depending on, again, Marlena reminded me, Amtrak keeps saying it's weather dependent. So depending on how well it goes, we may know on the 19th what the shape the bridge is and what NJDOT recommends how we fix it. I did talk to Amtrak today about getting a longer outage because they say they can authorize only 3-hour outage every night, which is essentially 2 hours of work time, or 4-hour outage every night, 2 hours of work time, 1 hour to de-energize, 1 hour to energize. I did talk to them about getting me a longer outage, potentially several days continuously. Like I did remind them when they fix their lines. Sometimes I've seen at Princeton Junction Station, they have this bridge on track 1 or track 4, and you get on the train on track 2 or track 3. I did tell them I want something like that. Apparently for that, you have to go to Washington, D.C. to get approval. The New York office is not in a position to do that. So I did tell them that I want whatever needs to be done to get that, I want to get that done. But again, until NJDOT tells us exactly what they plan to do with the bridge and how long it's going to take and how much outage they need, there's not much I can ask Amtrak for. But they are on notice that I would request a outage like that where they take the whole one line out for a day at a time and give me that time period to fix one side, and then take platform 4 out for one week and give me that for 1 week. And I I don't have they use some nomenclature that they have to do to make that applicable. I didn't bring it with me now, but I did tell them that I would like to get that done. So I have a little better understanding than what I had last week, but it's still very murky. NGDOT is involved, NGDOT's contractor is involved, and Amtrak is involved, and Amtrak keeps telling me that, look, our job is only to let you work, but it's really NGDOT driven project, and NGDOT is responsible for running the project.
Yeah, but unless and until Amtrak lets NJDOT, the time frame that NJDOT needs, they can necessarily do what they need to do.
Yes, but again, I mean, I don't know if NJDOT contractor knew on January 27th what needed to be done for the equipment to pass inspection, how it failed on February 4th. I mean,
And
that's
the first
my-
one, is that high ladder that doesn't require them to shut down the electricity, if I remember? Remember that we were told that there was a high ladder
Yeah,
inspection?
one is just the ladder and the other one is
So they failed
lift or something it's called.
so the one that was just the ladder was.
The
approved?
ladder can only go on the side. I think the one that
Right.
they need to go is in the
Well, they need to do
bottom of the.
both, but he said they brought the ladder or didn't bring the ladder, and that never happened too.
No, that, I don't know what equipment failed. I didn't ask
No,
them.
that was the second one. You said there were two, there was one thing in January where
Oh, the January
that sounded like the high ladder inspection.
That,
no?
yeah. But
That-
again,
yes,
I mean,
that-
unless they do a close-up inspection, NJDOT can't tell me what needs to be done, so it's meaningless. So, I mean, I can go up on the ladder and take a look at it and say it looks bad, but that's about it.
I wouldn't know either. It probably looks bad.
Yeah.
And they wouldn't want to take advantage of the fact that, well, there was rail strike today, for example. And then Amtrak has asked NJ Transit to reduce their schedule starting,
Next Monday.
starting next Monday.
So again, I mean, let them at least do the inspection and then we will figure out.
Well, thank you for all the work on that, Mayor. Marlena too, all these meetings. I think that's good. What's sort of like questioning in my mind is that, and I finally found it with the help of our clerk's office in 2022. It was 2022-R193. And the first sentence of this resolution dealing with the bridge, it says New Jersey Department of Transportation has informed the Township of West Windsor of their need to replace the structurally deficient and functionally obsolete Clarksville Road Bridge over Amtrak Northeast Corridor rail line located in West Windsor. So we already knew, we approved this in 2022. We approved it August 22nd, 2022. So even then, they knew. They're calling it structurally deficient. And then I looked at another piece of paper. There was a virtual public information center. It was December 1st to the 15th, 2022. And it was all about getting public input on the preliminary preferred alternative for the Clarksville Road County Route 638 Bridge over Amtrak project. So back then, we knew there was a problem. And then it says anticipated project schedule on this form. Concept development phase complete, spring 2023. Design phase begins fiscal year 2023. Construction begins spring 2027. So a year from this spring. And so what I'd like to know is what happened in between.
I mean,
It's like, was there a money issue? Other bridges came before? Like, what happened here?
I don't know what you're reading from, but they are nowhere close to starting in 2027. They have started design work on the bridge, but they are nowhere close to starting construction of a permanent bridge. The permanent bridge is going to be much bigger. Going to be have a circle there with 2 lanes, 2-lane circle. There we have already, some of you were on the council when we acquired the Applegate property on this side because we will need that property to
No, Linda would have been, we weren't.
for the bridge. So it's no, it's not going to, it's nowhere close. They haven't done the design yet. It's not, they were familiar with the bridge because they have started work on the bridge. Other than that, there's nothing in that timeline is worthwhile. Nothing is going to start before 20.
Mayor, can I,
Okay.
like, maybe Allison, can you get a copy of this to Mayor and
I mean,
Marlena?
that's meaningless. I mean, I can
The
get.
next meeting, at least, if you want to
Yeah.
have.
No,
it.
I mean, look,
Schedule.
I would rather,
I-
I rather focus on getting the bridge fixed now than why this didn't happen, why it didn't happen, it didn't happen.
Right,
Can I-
well, there are
can
a few
I-
things
yeah,
that,
Um,
that we have been, doing, working, and, Andrea and I have worked out, a suggestion, and I think I've
Yeah.
spoken to Dan and all of you separately. There are a few things that we would like to do as a council. I have been in touch with, the county executive's office as well. And I think each of us have been trying to do, various things. Just trying to see if we can come up with, some thoughts about either doing a resolution or something that we could, support together.
Yeah.
But if Andrea wants to go over,
Yeah, I want to.
some of the thoughts, and then we can,
What we
we
want to
can
do
discuss.
is not worry. I mean, I know there's a bridge designed. I know bicycle pedestrian put all kinds of stuff into it. It's got 8 feet on this side, 10 feet on the other. That's
That's
the
the
glory
bridge
bridge,
we-
and that's the bridge we'd all love to have someday. But right now, we need to get going. So I put this together. It's going to be a little long-winded because I'm trying to get to where we're going to suggest. Just since the emergency closure of the Clarksville Road Bridge, November 2nd, 2025, the critical repairs have stalled due to a failure to secure track outage permits from Amtrak. As the governing body, we have no direct control over a bridge that goes over a federal Amtrak line. Train line will be repaired and or replaced by the New Jersey State DOT and is connected to Clarksville Road, which belongs to Mercer County. However, our proximity gives us the most pain and the greatest interest in assuring that conditions are returned close to normal as soon as possible. Over the past 3 months, the mayor's been working with Amtrak along with the staff, thank you, everybody, and the state and the county to expedite the bridge. Sonia and I have been working with the affected businesses on Clarksville, but now it's time to escalate the issues, and I think that the council can play a big part in that. There's currently 3 main issues in fixing the Clarksville Bridge. One are the delays in inspection due to lack of an Amtrak permit that have prevented the formulation of a timeline and a plan, which we do not have yet, as this cannot proceed until we know the condition of the bridge. However, we are expecting this will be resolved, and I think you've just confirmed that probably over the next few weeks. Once the condition and the options are known and a choice is made, the timeline will need to be expedited and money will have to be quickly available. And 3, even if the state and county are ready to move, Amtrak permission will be needed to perform the work, and this needs to be prioritized by Amtrak. The 3 major problems have resulted from the root cause of the bridge outage are 1, local businesses, primarily at Village Square on Clarksville Road, are under great duress and need aid to survive. They have lost business from the estimated 15,000 vehicles per day that travel in and through West Windsor on Clarksville, and revenue losses of 50% have been reported by the businesses from the data that Sonia and I have collected with the help of the New Jersey and EDA. Safety issues, the close proximity to the bridge of both the paid and volunteer firehouses, the EMS, ambulances, and one of the 2 county hazmat teams, which is ours, significantly increases response time in and outside West Windsor, And 3, traffic that usually travels on Clarksville, the same approximately 15,000 vehicles per day in and through West Windsor, are now using alternate routes that are becoming overburdened and negatively impacts travel through the area. As the governing body, we can pass a resolution seeking the fastest solution to the bridge outage and aid to the affected businesses to help with the services as needed. The most effective way to do this would be to work with the county, state, and federal representatives to provide one plan to make this happen. And Sonia's mentioned that she's already spoken to Dan Benson, and I believe we've been writing various letters up and down to our state representatives. The best solution would be to seek a state of emergency from the governor of New Jersey. How would the state of emergency help? A state of emergency declaration by Governor Murphy on March 8, 2025, addressed the sinkhole problem on Route 80 was declared last year. It expedited both the repair of the road and getting help for local businesses that were impacted by losses. Timeline of the sinkhole: December 24th was the first big sinkhole. December 2024. February of 2025, there was a second big sinkhole. Then on March 8th, 2025, Governor Murphy officially declared a state of emergency after more voids were found beneath the lanes. And with various people pushing him, including, I understand, one of our senators and one of the congressmen, one from each party, that said, hey, we can get some federal funding, but I need this state of emergency. And after that was done on March 8th, by June 21st, there were drilling, grouting, structural stabilization, and the state of emergency was lifted. So in a little over 3 months, one of the hugest problems to happen in New Jersey after the state of emergency was put in there and everybody pushed and moved and did what they had to do, they were able to start things going. So how is that going to affect different things? Like the local businesses along Route 80. Sonia and I have been working with the small businesses at Village Square for the last 3 months. We've brought in several representatives from the New Jersey Economic Development Authority, and we've worked to maximize the grants that are available to them. But this money is limited. However, the first thing we were told was that there was no grant program for emergency aid due to disasters without a New Jersey state of emergency. So at this point, we can get some help. We can bring in some marketing people like we're talking about. For tomorrow, we're having more meetings. We've helped them get all the aid, the ones that are new. We've helped them get aid for money that they've spent on equipment. We've helped everybody that wants to get the aid that they can get to have a website done for them. But at this point, they really can't give any money. But what happened at the Route 80 is the grant program for Route 80 was a state-run program through the New Jersey Economic Development Authority. It was designed for quick short-term relief for small businesses. And by doing that emergency, they were provided a grant of $1,000 to $15,000 to each business that didn't have to be paid back. And the only way we were able to get that was from the state of emergency. Then, because there was a state of emergency, a federal program then became available. And the federal program also offered larger disaster loans through the SBA, which did have to be paid back, but did allow some of these businesses to survive. How is this going to help the bridge? The state of emergency declaration under the Emergency Service Act would elevate the bridge's status from just a local maintenance issue to a critical safety hazard. This would provide Governor Sherrill with the legal leverage to intervene at a federal level with the U.S. DOT to compel Amtrak to prioritize track outages. That would be something similar to what the mayor was talking about, where there are certain options that are available to Amtrak, but the local Amtrak isn't able to do this, even if they were willing to prioritize us and do stuff. It would grant the New Jersey DOT the power to utilize emergency procurement, meaning buying stuff in a hurry, potentially allowing for the installation of a temporary steel bridge, which we also talked about, within weeks rather than years. And I believe it would also open up federal disaster relief opportunities. So the business's solution would be similar to the Executive Order 383. The formal declaration would include to authorize the New Jersey Economic Development Authority to establish a targeted Clarksville Corridor Business Assistance Grant and allow the state to seek SBA economic injury disaster loans. So basically, what I think we need to do here is not just randomly pass a resolution saying we're not happy, we're all not happy, but we pretty much get one chance to pass a meaningful resolution. And if we can work with others, particularly it was suggested to us, the county, to support having this emergency, then we could put that into a resolution. We could make that resolution match up with whatever the county may be looking at, and that would make it a more powerful ask. And the state of emergency would be a way to get out of this crisis more quickly. We've been in this thing for 3 months, just about nothing's moved, and this seems to be the best way that we could move everybody forward, get the money. One of the things the state of emergency does is allows the New Jersey DOT to bypass a lot of the red tape that even once they've got the plan, they've got everything going, they would have to go through all kinds of red tape to make things happen fast. And right now we're in a situation where we need phase A which is whatever we need to do to get at least partial bridge, temporary bridge, whatever that's going to be, and then we want to get a final bridge. And I think we need to actually move and change the way everybody's working to make that happen. And I think this would change the way everybody's working.
Yeah, with all the conversations that we have been having with the government affairs personnel, the main thing that we learned is we have to work with county and state representatives to push this ask of state of emergency declaration by the governor. So I have reached out to county executive. I did have a discussion with him late Friday night. I have reached out to his office again this morning with some more information from the Route 80 declaration. And county executive is has been very helpful, and he is in agreement that his office will do everything that he can to get this moving. The question is, how do we as council, mayor, support this and move forward? The other thing that we did learn is if we can get our senators as well to push for it. So I know, Mayor, you have been in touch with Andy Kim's Senator Kim's office. I think, Dan, you have been approached them as well. So maybe if we can push Senator Kim and Senator Booker as well to reach out to the governor, I think that would be helpful.
I agree that getting a declaration of state of emergency is the goal of what we're trying to do.
Right.
I think really the question for all of us is, what's the path? What's the most effective path to get that done?
That's what because there's so many moving elements to this.
Resolution certainly is a valid path, and but that shouldn't preclude us from contacting, not just writing letters, but calling, speaking to all of our state representatives and our federal representatives. And the ask of them is to specifically make a request that the state executive branch, i.e. the governor, take action.
Right, and that's what this would do. So this resolution that would lay this all out. But before we want to do that, we'd like to have some buy-in, obviously, and we'd like to make sure everybody's.
Well, yeah, we absolutely have to do this. We should do this.
Right.
And I don't know, Mike, does your firm have any resolutions we could look at or suggestion for how we should write it? What are the specific wording, phrases, things that should be written in this to be professionally written? to make our points here and getting that declaration.
I don't know that we have any resolutions in our resolution bank that we have on this, but we can surely fashion something for you if you'd like.
Well, I know it costs a few bucks, but there's certain things I want to make sure, whatever the statutes say or you
And
know,
that's what we
to
do.
make sure that we're hitting that nail on with this resolution, that we're all over because we all have different ideas. It's got to be like, to me,
If you
very
want to give us,
succinct.
what you have, we'll put it together in compliance with the statute.
Yeah, because I'd like to get some, I guess what do I want?
Oh,
Oh,
what
data
is
on
this?
the
Yeah.
lost income. That's, I think that should.
We have
some
the,
data.
yeah, the data on the loss of income. We have some information on that. We are meeting with the businesses again tomorrow, so we can probably
Yeah, Marlene.
get it a little more tightened.
I don't, the date of the what?
Get some data on the lost.
Data.
Data.
On
Loss of business.
Oh, yeah, that's what we're meeting with them on. That's what,
For an emergency.
right, that's what we're collecting right now. We've already talked to people about what we would need for
Something to
this.
say?
And they told us we would need to have some dollar numbers, and I've already asked.
So
We've already asked for more, we
So we-
have some overall, but we want some actual dollar numbers, so we've already requested that, yes.
Marlena, you have something?
Just a suggestion. The resolution that Linda referred to back in 2022 should be referenced
Yes.
and made a part of a whereas clause.
That's like almost the beginning of it, whereas like 3 years
Yeah.
ago, blah, 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 you know.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
our
We approved it.
2022 R193.
Because I know the mayor, the engineering staff, myself and Kerry attended some of these virtual meetings that
Yeah.
were held with the county. And the county may have passed a similar resolution. I don't know.
They have not yet.
No, but
No,
like
I'm
3
talking
years
about
ago.
back in 2022.
Yeah, I would think maybe we could get that,
So
it's on Clarksville Road, so it's county
it's a
road.
county road. I'm just food
Oh, I know,
for thought.
absolutely, yeah. I also like if we had the engineer's report that'll document the
I think the
corrosion.
photographs are excellent documentation.
you know, and also like to get EMS, we could get something from Timothy Lynch on response times. That would be like official from his position. You know, station 43, 44, 45. Ambulance service, everything, just consolidate that into
As well
something.
as police department response.
Yeah,
Mhm.
well, yeah,
That too.
thinking police EMS,
Well,
yeah.
for police to get to Nassau Park, if there's a call for.
Yeah.
That takes them now
That's
much longer.
the Incident on the other side of the bridge.
Yeah.
And the fact.
We've had, I believe just before I started, a plane went down over out near Quaker Bridge Road in the field
Mhm.
where the large undeveloped property is.
Yeah.
Okay, well.
Mayor,
the
what,
other-
I know you've reached out to the governor's office. What,
I have reached out. See, the governor has a person responsible for each county, so I've reached out to that person. I will reach out again. See, the request has to be coordinated between the county, ourselves, and then all of our representatives. So you shouldn't jump a gun by doing a resolution until we are sure exactly what's
I think we need
what's
to work
required
with the
and pass it.
intergovernmental affairs.
That's why we didn't do one now. I mean,
Right.
we're
And-
talking about trying to get one within the next few weeks, next week, whenever we can, and get buy-in from everybody and a collection of different backup data. But by having one thing that we're asking for, instead of just saying, hey, can you speed this up? Or can you talk to Amtrak? Now we'll have one thing that allows everything to move more quickly.
Right. I mean, there are two different issues and two different paths. One is to get the emergency resolution done. So one, the businesses are benefited from whatever aid they get, and then the money, sufficient money is available fixing the bridge, whatever they decide to do. And the second one is to put pressure on NJDOT and Amtrak to fix the bridge as fast as possible.
That all comes under this, though.
Yeah.
Once
So-
we have this, then that
Once we
gives-
get the declaration of state of emergency.
then
Right.
all of it
everybody
comes
gets a
under that.
fire lit under this.
Right.
So has there been a request formally to get a declaration of
No, we
emergency?
haven't formally done it
Okay.
yet, yeah. I mean,
That's what we're
formally meaning in writing.
Or have you even had a conversation?
Yeah, so
about-
orally I've talked to the the person in the governor's office. We have talked to the county.
Has the governor's office representative made any suggestions about the path to get the?
No, see, everybody is new, right? The person is new too. I mean, it's not, I mean,
Right.
this could not have happened at the worst time.
Right, yeah.
Right? So everybody's trying to exactly figure out how this thing is going to work.
Yeah, I mean, that's critical. I mean.
Yeah.
I mean,
So-
we really have just to focus on one goal, and that's to get the emergency
Right.
declaration.
I think
That's-
if we
that's what we're
focus on
trying
that one goal,
And learn what are the steps that are needed to get there.
Right. So,
And we did talk to EDA about those steps and stuff, and they basically said, go talk to the governor, but they did say that we should, somewhere in there, we're going to be asking for a specific amount of relief money, like the one from Route 80 was $5 million. So we want to come up with a number, and it may not just be the businesses, there may be other things that can go in there if we need it. But I think one of the things is there's only 2 hazmat groups in this entire county. One of them is ours. We're either primary or secondary, and that has to be put in there as something important because hazmat, that makes it more regional in terms of the danger right now. So there's a lot for us that we can put in this resolution. It could be 10 pages long. And we even have letters from the business people. We've got other kinds of attachments that could possibly be made as backup. But we don't want to wait too long on this. But I think once we get this in place, it looks like everybody starts moving. So that's what we have to do.
why don't you start working on the resolution? I'll talk to the governor's office tomorrow again.
okay.
Reach out and see, and then try to reach our representatives as well in Andy Kim's office and see what they need from us or how they can push.
Yeah,
Whatever.
so I'm already in talks with the county executive's office. I have reached out to Congresswoman Coleman, Bonnie Watson Coleman's office as well through somebody I know, waiting for a response. I know they were having a meeting earlier today, so I'm hoping I'll get some answer from her office tomorrow. So, and if we can reach out to Senator Kim and Senator Booker's office as well, like if you have that contact that you already started building with Senator Kim's office, and
Yeah.
you also have that,
We're talking to the same person.
yeah, same person. So one of you, I guess, whoever, and Senator Booker, guess, once we come up with something, then our thought was that we could even ask our commissioners, for support. But we need to first figure out the exact path that we need to take and the entities involved. Because there's so many moving parts to it. We cannot do things in vacuums.
And
So we need to.
if the county wishes to do the resolution first, and we could, supply stuff back and forth, whatever's needed to get it so that we can all be be working together for the same thing.
Yeah, you can talk to the county also, saying that we are going to do a resolution and we would like you to do a resolution as well. I will talk to the governor's office tomorrow. I'll talk to Andy Kim's office tomorrow. I will email the council and give you an update as to what my conversation was.
Okay, so everybody's kind of in agreement here about the state of emergency being the way to move forward on it. Yeah.
I think that is, I
Absolutely.
think that's our goal. That's one main goal that I think we need to work on.
Right, and so all this piecemeal stuff is going to take forever.
Mean, be very interesting if we could get somebody from the governor's office to give us some guidelines of what is needed. What does the governor need in order to declare?
Right now, we
so
don't
that we
know
can,
that.
so we don't have the same problem that we had with Amtrak, is that we present something and they said, oh, that's great, but you're missing X. Y, and Z."
Yeah.
Well,
So it's kind of a chicken and the egg issue, but
Mike.
the more information we can get in advance about what we need to provide in order to successfully get a declaration would be really important.
Mike, do you have any information on how the Route 80 declaration was made? Like, from like, we are just trying to figure out like what steps we have to take to get to that.
Yeah, I'll be glad to find out, report back.
Yeah, one interesting thing is Governor Sherrill seems to be very big into cutting red tape to get past things and make things work, especially talking about infrastructure. And this could be like a big, what do they call, feather in a cap? I still use that.
Yeah, I think the way you push that is, remember Governor Shapiro in Pennsylvania had the oil truck burn underneath the 95 bridge. And the governor was able to get the bridge going in 2 weeks. And that was a real failure to do with cap. I think this is maybe something you could, along those lines, go.
Yeah.
It's not quite.
Can you talk in the mic?
Mike, can you talk in the mic so mayor can hear?
Just, I was talking about what happened with Governor Shapiro. It's a different situation because you don't have Amtrak underneath. But the 95 bridge that, maybe you could turn this into something that, along those lines that the Sherrill administration can show progress. It's just difficult because you're dealing with Amtrak.
Yeah, I mean, every time I bring that bridge up, everybody says Amtrak wasn't involved.
Yeah.
But doing it this way, we're not
Get stuck at Amtrak.
trying to go back every time that Amtrak doesn't do something and try to find somebody to get to push it, and it's just gonna take forever. If we do this, it'll give us some impetus. Hopefully somebody will take this under their wing and know we're serious.
But I know the governor has been making speeches not only about the Gateway Tunnel, but about the slowness of the Amtrak service and it's affecting New Jersey Transit and so forth. So that this may be part of that overall theme too, that you would be able to work in.
And that would be whoever's gonna go sell this thing to, do that.
Because, she has Amtrak within her sights, so maybe this is something to try to make part of that whole push.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, all right, so we're gonna work on that.
Okay, all right, so let's work on that. Allison, can we work with Mike to at least start working on a draft resolution while we are still following up with our representatives and see which way to go? At least we can have something in hand, and if we need to, once the county executive has their resolution, if we need to amend it to, match it up, I think we can work on it, but at least have something that we can work on. I know, Dan, you had some information.
Yeah, and I drafted a memorandum sort of as like a briefing document to give to representatives so that you don't have to explain the whole thing. So they have that, and then I converted that into a draft resolution. Happy to.
If you want to share it with Allison.
Yeah,
and I can-
anything anyone has. that
There's
you
a
could
starting
share
point,
through the
but-
clerk's office to me, that would really be appreciated.
Yep. Okay, all right.
I would just say we need to continue to encourage folks to write individual letters, right, to all our representatives public opinion can have a strong impact on these things, right? You look at what happened with the Cranberry Farm, nothing really happened until there was a wave of public opinion, media coverage, right? So I think we need to continue to push on that. There's a petition out there that we should be encouraging people to sign. And I'm confident that, some additional media outlets will latch on to this if we keep it in the public eye.
Absolutely. I think last time I saw the petition had 1,000+ signatures. And NJ12 already covered, and it was broadcasted yesterday. Hopefully other news channels as well pick it up. Mayor has spoken to 101.5. I did see community news cover it. So I'm starting to see a little wave
But I
of
know you've
information
been
going
in
around.
contact with both of the senators' offices, right?
More than, yeah, you have.
I know somebody in Booker's office too. I'll call
Yeah,
them.
good,
Okay.
good. So you have Booker and Kent, and then the congressperson as well would be our congresswoman here.
Congresswoman
Watson
Bonnie Watson Coleman, yeah. So I'm waiting to hear back. Hopefully I'll have some answers tomorrow morning on that. Okay, all right, so
Can we get the update in writing? Like tonight's update is when you call people, you want to tell them the latest information, and we should work off the same sheet of facts. Do we have that? Like if we're calling all these legislators and stuff.
we can
You got
put together, we
everybody
can
maybe
put
saying
together a
something
Google
little
Doc.
different, But what?
Well, that's
you
kind
know.
of the memorandum that I drafted.
Yeah, we
I
need
think
something.
the best thing is that whatever you have,
Forward it to Allison, so then Allison can have.
will closely
Right.
with administration and the mayor.
Yep, I think that would be the best way to do it.
Because
So if
then
you,
it's
Andrea,
writing all over. not
you can
mistake.
forward that to Allison and you can forward your memorandum to Allison as well.
Yeah.
And, you know, and once I have something written back from, I've only had verbal communications right now. So once I have anything written, I'll forward it to you.
And there's all kinds of links and all kinds of other stuff
Yep.
that. you
Okay.
can have.
All right, any additional administration updates?
None.
Okay, we don't need closed session. Motion to adjourn,
So moved.
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Meeting adjourned at 9:30 PM, sure.
Thank you.
Hey.
Thank you, everyone.